want to be as people of God is the Bible. So if we rightly interpret and proclaim the word of God, it will both challenge us, it will equip us to live right for God. So interpretation is at the root of who we are, of what we do as children of God. So interpretation helps us to get to the meaning of the text, while preaching helps us to deliver the message relevantly. When the people of God believe wrongly, they live wrongly. That is Femi Adele. So if we miss it at the stage of interpretation, we are going to miss it at the stage of proclamation, and we're going to miss it because it will not have that transformational impact in our lives. When we talk about biblical interpretation, I just want to highlight 4 things that needs to be taken into consideration when you're working on biblical interpretation. The first is that there is need for you to understand the historical context. So every passage has got its historical context. And what do we mean by that? You seek to understand the world of the original recipients. Now, why was it that the lawyer refused to mention the name of the Samaritan? It has its historical background. The fact that they had both their theological issues and they had their racial and ethnic issues and all the rest of it. So there were a measure of hatred, mutual hatred amongst themselves. So you need to understand a bit of the historical context to grasp that. Secondly, an understanding of the literary context. So you pay attention to the kind of literature. Are you dealing with law? Are you dealing with poetry? Are you dealing with narrative? Are you dealing with prophecy? Are you dealing with gospel? Are you dealing with the epistle or apocalyptic literature? What kind of literature? Because the kind of literature determines how you read it and how you interpret it. Another important aspect is what we call the canonical context. Whether you're looking at Genesis to Revelation, they were not just arranged randomly. They were arranged in such a way that it fits into the big story of the Bible. So you're asking yourself, where am I in the Bible timeline? So you need to be, interpreting 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, knowing that canonically, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy came before it. So it's very important. And when you come to a book of the Bible, you also need to see how the message fits in the story of that particular book. So in thinking about the canonical context, you're asking yourself, I must interpret each passage of the Bible in the light of the whole Bible. So you have then the content, or what some people call grammatical analysis. What were the key words? What were the main verbs? What study? The syntax, the sentence structure. You're looking at it, you're beginning to check how each of them fit together. Is it using present tense? Is it using present continuous? Is it using a past tense? So those 4 are very important in your interpretation.